Every CEO learns this truth. More hours does not equal more growth. Hi, I'm Trisha Shartino, the CEO of BELAY, and I've led remote teams for over 15 years. And I've learned how to work hard, set limits, and protect my focus. About 10 years ago, when I was working those 60 hours a week, I hit my wall. And I hit it for a few different reasons. I wasn't able to be strategic and thoughtful and plan ahead, and I was getting buried in the burden of feeling like I was carrying the weight of too much work. And I was beginning to resent the growth. Not a healthy place to be if you want to grow a business. The answer, just because there's work to be done because we're growing, does not mean you have to be the one doing the work. It's called delegation. It was the impetus for me walking along this journey and starting this journey to really discover and decide, what would it look like if I worked 40 hours and the same amount of work get done? What would need to sit on my calendar? What were the things I would have to focus on that they were crucial and critical to the value I bring to the organization, and everything else could be delegated? Could I become a 40-hour CEO? The truth is, you can if you do a few things. You create limits, you hire great people, and you learn how to delegate. I've compressed that wisdom into the 40-hour CEO system. So let's break it down. This guide is going to help you turn your values into time rules, help you create personal and professional limits so that you can focus on what matters and grow without sacrificing your life. Now let's get into what that actually looks like in application. So the first step is articulate your values. Define what matters most for you, whether it's family, faith, health, or creativity. Clear values equal strong boundaries. For me, I value family. As a mom and a working mom, and transparently a single mom for many years, time with my children was the most important time for me. There was a season when I was overworking. I was working into dinner. And there was one day specifically where my 5-year-old said to me while I was cooking dinner with my laptop, she asked me, "Mom, when will you be done working and sit down and just have dinner with us?" And that was the moment I realized that I really needed to take these values that I believed in and put them into action and put them into place. So the first thing for me was I defined that as a very important value for me. I value family, but what does that mean? Values alone, they don't change your schedule. They must translate into actual outcomes. So the second step is clarify what you want. Be honest about outcomes. What do you want to feel? What are you trying to build? For example, for me, I wanted to spend dinner with my family. I wanted to be present for my kids. So I could have all the good intentions in the world, but good intentions just were not going to be specific enough. So the next step is identify the action needed. Turn those outcomes into behaviors, disciplines, rules, routines, and align your actions with those goals. So for example, for me, I need to spend regular quality time at dinner with my kids, but those actions alone still are not commitments. So you get to step 4. This is where you really describe the commitment. You make it visible. You make it consistent. You put it on the calendar. So for example, I've decided that I will eat dinner every night with my family. Every evening I'm home. I'm committed that this does not fall apart and that there is a system in place and guardrails, which leads us right to step 5, creating an actual schedule rule to turn those commitments into action so that not only I can protect that time, but so can others, my assistants, my colleagues, and my family can hold me accountable. So for example, my workday ended at 5:15 and my calendar was blocked from 6 to 8 p.m. for dinner with my kids. If a dinner invitation came across my table, it was declined or carefully considered before I break that rule, because real change happens when your calendar actually reflects the values in action. So here's what that looks like for me. One of my values is innovation. I want to future-proof BELAY, stay ahead of the trends, expand our capabilities. So I value innovation and growth. What I want is to integrate AI into the business to stay competitive and to serve our clients better. So what that means is I need recurring time to research, test, and meet with teams regarding AI efficiencies inside the organization. As a result, I schedule 2 deep work sessions focused on AI innovation and strategy. So what my calendar looks like from 9 to 10:30 a.m. on Tuesdays is blocked, and from 2 to 3:30 on Thursdays is blocked. That is my time in action so that I'm focused on the things that are important to me. Download the 40-Hour CEO Guide using the link below, not to add more, but to protect what matters. This isn't just a plan, it's a framework to align your time with your values. So let's stop trading success for burnout and let's start leading with limits.